children up
That's
here.
right. Oh, yes.
Easy now.
You can have money in the store.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, May the 4th, 2026 City of Denison City Council meeting. And we do have a quorum tonight. And at this time, I'd like to invite Father Jacob Nichols to come forward, pastor of St. Luke's Episcopal Church, to be followed by Emily Agins for our pledge. And if you will stand, please, and join in prayer.
Let us pray. Almighty God, our Heavenly Father, send down upon those who hold office in the city of Denison the spirit of wisdom, charity, and justice, that with steadfast purpose they may faithfully serve in their offices to promote the well-being of all people. And grant, O God, that your holy and life-giving Spirit may so move in every human heart that barriers which divide us may crumble, suspicions disappear, and hatred cease. Through Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Miss Emily?
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. And we move to item number 2 on our agenda, and we have 2 proclamations tonight. The first one will be for Texoma Abate and Officer Tate for the Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month proclamation, and then the second one will be Municipal Clerks Week. So I'll invite the Texoma group and Officer Tate to meet me.
Chris, I'm going to need a rain check on taking you out to lunch for Clerks Week.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I like the color. My favorite color. It's orange, Emily.
I love it.
All right. Thank you so much. This evening, it's my pleasure to announce the proclamation. Whereas the freedom of the open road enjoyed by motorcyclists is a valued part of our community, its culture, and with that freedom comes a shared responsibility for all to share the roadways. Motorcyclists are particularly vulnerable on roadways and face a higher risk of injury or fatality in traffic collisions. And whereas Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month serves as an important reminder to all drivers to remain vigilant, to look twice for motorcycles, and to practice safe driving habits that protect riders and motorists alike. And whereas organizations such as the National Highways Traffic Safety Administration and the Texas Department of Transportation promote motorcycle safety awareness and provide education to reduce roadway injuries and fatalities. And whereas the motorcycle community in Denison, Texas, including organizations such as Texoma ABATE, actively participate in charitable events, public service, and community outreach, contributing positively to the city. And whereas the Denison Police Motorcycle Units exemplify professionalism, skill, and dedication not only to enforcing traffic laws, but also in serving as ambassadors of safety, demonstrating proper riding techniques, and engaging with the community to foster safer roadways. And whereas through education, enforcement, and community partnerships, we can reduce accidents, prevent injuries, and save lives by increasing awareness to motorcycles on our roads. Now, therefore, I, Robert Crawley, Mayor of the City of Denison, do hereby proclaim the month of May as Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month in the City of Denison and extend our sincere appreciation to Texoma Abate and the Denison Police Department for their continued commitment to safety, education, and service to our community. It's our pleasure to hand you this proclamation, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, I'll look forward to wearing it. right in front of you.
Gotta put the bandana on.
I think the mayor should wear the
Yeah.
bandana.
Robert, you're missing something.
Mayor, I'd like to add a personal note on that one. I appreciate that the city of Denison has done this. I lost my aviation career because of a motorcycle wreck when somebody wasn't paying attention. I've almost lost 3 nephews, a brother. My father lost an eye in a motorcycle wreck because somebody wasn't paying attention. My father-in-law ended up in a ditch because somebody wasn't paying attention. I think the world has changed from when my grandfather rode Indians back in the 50s. And I think this is tremendously important in the society we have today. And we've lost 2 family members to motorcycles, all of it because somebody wasn't paying attention. So I thank you guys for what you do. And when I
Preach to everyone, these little guys running around these rockets and wheelies, we're trying to get them to learn, hey, places for that, but it's not here.
Right.
there is a risk reward calculation that doesn't happen until you're over past 25. You don't have the tools yet.
Always look forward to the Christmas season to see the toy drive and literally hundreds of motorcyclists. And we thank you for doing what you do for our kids. Thank you. And our second proclamation tonight is in honor of city clerks across our state. I'd like to do the proclamation, whereas, my
Yeah.
city clerk. Thank you. I would like to recognize Chris Walentine, who is our city clerk, and Karen Avery, who is our assistant city clerk. And so we'd like to proclaim, whereas the profession of municipal clerks is essential to the effective functioning of local government in Texas, ensuring transparency, accountability, and the smooth operations of municipal services. And whereas the office of municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the Texas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality while serving as the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels. And whereas the Texas municipal clerks serve as the official record keepers, managing vital documents, conducting municipal elections, providing legislative support, and ensuring compliance with laws and regulations in the cities across Texas. And whereas the municipal clerks demonstrate exceptional dedication, professionalism, and integrity in their work, often going above and beyond to serve their communities and facilitate effective governance of local governments. Whereas Municipal Clerks Week provides an opportunity to recognize and celebrate the invaluable work of municipal clerks, acknowledge their vital contributions to public service, and highlight the important role they play in the day-to-day operations of our cities. And whereas it is fitting that the city of Denison take this opportunity to honor and thank Chris Walentine and Karen Avery for their ongoing dedication, knowledge, and tireless service. Now, therefore, I, Robert Crowley, Mayor of the City of Denison, do hereby proclaim the week of May the 3rd through the 9th as Municipal Clerks Week in the City of Denison, and I encourage all residents to recognize the important work of the City Clerk's office and join me in celebrating their contributions to our great city. So, Ms. Walentine, it's a pleasure to present you this, but we're going to go on this side and get a quick picture.
Chris, I think you deserve a month. Robert, I might need that. This new haircut's really getting a little tight.
Look at that. All right.
Awesome. It's been a hot minute.
I'll take one. I'll take one.
You're committed, you better put it on.
I'm not sure what's appropriate from a, from an etiquette standpoint in city council. I guess technically my head's not covered. There we go.
Well, we think,
You have to make all the motions this evening now.
If that'll get, we got 5 minutes, Robert, let's go.
we're going to move forward, and I want to thank you all again for coming. At this time, we're in item number 3, public comments. Citizens may speak on action items listed on the agenda. A request to speak card should be completed and returned to the city clerk upon arrival prior to the council reaching the public comment section of the agenda. Citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise required by law. Comments related to the public hearings listed below, if any, will be heard when the specific hearing starts. Madam Clerk, any cards?
No, sir.
No cards tonight. Moving forward, the consent agenda. Does anyone have cause to take an individual item on the consent agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion to, no, you got the bandana, you go right ahead.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as written.
I second.
Have a motion by Councilman Massey, a second by Councilman Redwine. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Now we move to item number 5, items for individual consideration. Invite Ms. Fanchen Stearns to come forward. And we're going to, first item will be to receive report, hold discussion, take action on the ordinance amending ordinance number 5238 by adopting an updated 2026 standards of construction details. Ms. Stearns, thank you for being here.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this item and the next item are related. We have an update to our standard construction details and also to our Public Works Design Manual. I'll cover both of those in my presentation now, but please feel free to ask questions about either. So thank you for the opportunity to share these proposed updates with you tonight. A little bit about these two items to get started. Public Works provides updates to these documents about once a year. They are resources for Denison's development community that includes engineers, contractors, homeowners, and our own city staff. There are many ways to, for example, construct a road or install a water tap. These documents take the guesswork out of it. It ensures that the Denison way to do these things is transparent, easily accessible, and tried and true. New civil construction completed by city or private development becomes the city's to own and maintain in perpetuity. We need to be able to we need to be able to stock the correct parts, have sufficient training and equipment for staff, and have a quality product to start with. That helps operations be successful long-term. The proposed Public Works Design Manual and Standard Details updates include answers to common questions that we've gotten over the last year. That's where most of these actually come from, are from our development community asking these questions or making suggestions to us. They include some hand finishing of some types of concrete, paving in certain applications, clarifying testing timelines for water and sewer mains, including additional information about fire lane pavement and paving installation, updates to the front load solid waste dumpster enclosure, and it adds an AWWA and an NFPA hydrant color table and notes. Public Works staff also worked with Denison Fire Rescue to add quick connect or stores couplings to the city specification for new fire hydrants. They will need to have a quick connect coupling on them now when they are installed. Traditional hydrants require threading a fire hose to a hydrant with metal threads. That can easily lead to twists in the hose, cross-threading, and an overall poor connection. The quick connect coupling will allow fire personnel to attach to a hydrant with a simple quarter turn. This creates a watertight connection with less maintenance needed. They're increasingly common in North Texas, and fire staff already receive training on how to operate them. So that's an overview of both of these items, and I'm present for questions.
All right. Any questions from the council?
Is this something that involved a committee or board of volunteers to help produce?
No, sir, this is mostly done with some engineers, and we take a look at other engineering standards in North Texas and use that. The North Central Texas Council of Governments has a really in-depth public works design and construction manual, and the city has adopted that, but we get a lot of questions about some of the stuff that is a little bit harder to find. So most of these items are actually just pulled straight out of that so that it's more accessible to the development community.
And primarily, are these city employees who are going to govern compliance, or is this a third-party engineering firm out of some other city that's going to handle that?
So it's a little bit of both. It just depends on where it comes from. So the North Central Texas Council of Governments, it is actually a volunteer body that's made up of different communities in North Texas, cities, engineers, development professionals, contractors that staff those boards and make those recommendations. It's mostly based on sound engineering practice.
I'm more concerned about when somebody puts in an application for doing a design build, they now are going to go through an approval process to meet this standard. Is that generally city staff that is making that decision that it complies, or is that the third-party engineering firm?
So when it comes to civil construction, and that's mostly what these speak to, is civil construction, it kind of depends on the size and the scope of the project. If it's a relatively simple, small project, pretty streamlined, then staff can usually take care of that. If it's more complex or more in-depth, our staff doesn't have all the training necessarily to touch all of those different things and have a really good, give really good guidance to the applicant. So in some of those situations, we will use a third-party engineer. They're all familiar with our design standards. We have just a couple that we work with now.
My big concern as a developer myself is that when everybody was located at the old city hall, it was easy to understand if it's not a binary decision, a yes or no, there's something that has to be modified. And the reputation of a third-party engineering firm outside of our city is that they tend to be a little bit more black and white and not as flexible to the nuance of an older city that's trying to become newer but not forget who we are as a city. So I just want to make sure that staff has the authority to override what a third-party engineer has to say if it doesn't fit what Denison really is looking for.
And that makes sense, and it is always kind of trying to find a balance between making what's on the ground work and getting to where it needs to be, that what brand new construction might look like. So one of the things that we have in the ordinance, and the council helped us with this last year, was a variance process. So if someone wants to deviate significantly from the specifications, there is a process. They have to kind of say why they want to do it, what they want to do instead. We're able to kind of prove that out, and it's actually the public works director who gets to look at that and say, okay, this is sound, this is safe, let's go ahead and do it, or hey, here are some other ideas that maybe are outside the spec, but that can accomplish this in a way that makes sense for everybody.
I recognize that a lot of responsibility lands with you and your supervisors on this. I'm questioning whether you have an equal amount of authority with the responsibility you hold, and if you feel like you do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions, comments from council? All right. Ms. Stearns, thank you very much, and we appreciate you and all that you do and all that our Public Works Department does, all of our planning group. These are not simple documents, and it takes some working to get through the process. So we appreciate everyone's patience, and thank you all for all that you do. If there's no other questions or comments, we'll take item A first. Is there a motion for 5A?
Mayor, I move to approve the ordinance amending ordinance 5238 by adopting updated 2026 standard construction details.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Massey, second one by Councilman Thomas. Any other questions, comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll move to item B.
So this is the other piece of that. This is the actual design manual. The difference between the two documents, if you haven't seen those before, I think it's interesting. I won't bore you with it too much. The details are all drawings for the most part. The construction manual is actually where you have to put all the stuff that isn't a drawing. So it can get a little bit more wordy. So I'm present for any questions.
Any questions by council?
Same question. you feel like your responsibility and your authority to make decisions that are Denison appropriate is conveyed to you and your staff and your peers?
Yes, sir. Yes, I think so.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, anyone else? If not, is there a motion to approve item 5B?
Mayor, I move to approve ordinance amending 5280 by adopting an updated 2026 Public Works Design Manual.
Second.
We have a motion by Councilman Massey, a second by Councilman Thorne. Any other questions, comments, or discussion? If not, is there a motion to approve?
That's what I just did.
Sorry. We'll call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Guess I was looking forward to the next item, which is executive session, which we will not have need for tonight. So just want to say thank you to all of our staff. Thanks for everyone attending. And we'll likely have a couple of executive sessions coming soon to deal with items that will concern the northwest quadrant of Denison. So at this time, it's 6:21 p.m., and this meeting of the Denison City Council is adjourned.